Okay. I usually try to wait until like the ads are done, but they're not rolling? I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's play Metroid. Screw it. Why worry? Metroid. Oh my god. Screw it. Why worry? Metroid. Oh. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, recursive. Oh, that's what happens when you basically just have the output of your PC as a feed into the stream. It basically means that it like bounced to the internet and back, and then you get this like weird echo because it's never at 0 decibels. So it eventually. Anyway, Lemongrass has redeemed a VIP or ban. Let's see what it is. Can't always be banned, can it? I mean, to say something like that. Oof. Oh, the ad's finally played. The worst possible timing. Excuse me. Welp. Looks like it's a ban here. Looks like I got some banning to do here. Lemongrass Skittles. It has to be banned now. That's terrible. This appears to be the third such ban. I was consulting the records. I was going to the ancient texts. Clicking through here. One in June 2022, one in November 2022. And oof. Another one for the pile. Another one for the permanent record. This is not going to help your case, Lemongrass Skittles, if you ever try to appeal to the Twitch Council. Because they're going to consult these records, and they're going to see these disciplinary actions, and they're going to ask you what's up. And to think, you're going to get laughed out of Twitch court. You try to tell them what happened here today. Laughed out. Anyway, banned for an hour. Banned. Sethio, subscribing. At nearly the exact instant that I banned Lemongrass Skittles. At nearly the exact millisecond. Suspicious. I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying it's suspicious. Someone was asking about motion controls. Yes. I have motion control turned on plus like just twin stick shooter controls. Let me know if that actually I don't intend to throw the controller around a lot. It should just be this kind of thing. Kind of like turning with. But there are times when I have to like change the volume of things. But yeah, if it actually gets too difficult to watch, because I feel like it might. I've had that theory with like some VR games with when they track like jerky movements like that. Anyway, let me know if it's just unpleasant to look at, and we can figure something out. Oh baby, here comes an upgrade. It's the fan one or the official. This is the official. This is the made by Retro Studios. Good stuff. Yes, Teton, I agree. Chat asks so much of me. It's only fair that I ask this small thing in return. I'm only asking you to let me do my job. That's all. That's all I'm asking. We got a mysterious block in the way. What's that all about? We got to do a little bit of that. Oh, there we go. It's a gravity thing. How am I feeling? I'm pretty sure I'm feeling just fine. I think I'm actually still a little bit congested. I can kind of feel it. It kind of sounds like it. I'm still like, there's still like thick stuff coming out of my skull every so often. It's a unpleasant but still liberating process. You need a neti pot? I have one. I could maybe employ it, perhaps. touched grass yet? Not really. I mean, I've gone outside, but I haven't gone anywhere. I've worked out a little bit. I have some equipment in my garage that I used to work out with. But I've just done some inclined walking, some power walking. Nose flushing stream? Oh man. My ascension into streamer would be complete. That's pretty straightforward online content though, right? Like pay me X dollars and I'll do a neti pot on stream. Here's the problem though. I'm gonna tell you in advance. My shit is so messed up that a neti pot sometimes doesn't even work. Like, I've had it in the past where my sinuses are so closed off that water doesn't flow through. Like, I'll just tilt my head to the side and I'll feel the water like go zhorp and it'll just stay there. And there's not really any angle I can tilt my head that actually makes it flow. So that's weird. Why is this just off? Oh, maybe it's a map station that I've already used? I think that's what it is. Skull too thick? That's what I think. I think it's like brain too big. Just too smart, you know? Just crammed, filled with video game techniques and essential knowledges. Man, these things give off such a cozy glow. Yeah, that's nice. Are you telling me that Big Neti Pot is selling us a lie? No. I'm telling you that my biology is so specialized. It's like trying to put low-octane fuel into a supercar. It might work for most people, you know? Every minivan on the road can use gas from a gas station. But some of us have specialized equipment. We require specialized tools. Vin wouldn't do that. No, never. I don't see Vin as the type that would ever, like, use a neti pot or a bidet. I think Vin would be fiercely protective of the feeling of anything entering his body. Vin seems like he would really lose it if like he just wouldn't have the, like, he probably can't put in contacts. That strikes me as a Vin quality. It's not a weakness in any way, by the way. And if anything, it makes him stronger. If that's possible. Learn any more gamer info, they might have to trepan your skull to make room. It's been a concern. I've often thought that my occasional migraine headaches are simply because my brain is overstuffed. I am pushing my cranial capacity to its limits by not only hard gaming while I'm awake, which doctors have told me routinely to stop doing, but I refuse, but also doing it while asleep. That is a human barrier that only I have surpassed. Which is not to say that I'm physically playing games in my sleep, of course, that's absurd. I mean merely that, mentally always in the game space, always. So yes, the blinding migraines and the occasional nosebleeds are a small price to pay. That was a bit of a hybrid there. I do occasionally get migraines, but I don't get random nosebleeds. Not yet. Yeah, the Game Zone 24/7. The Lawrence Sonntag story. A tale of innocence, bravery, and daring. Chozo lore! The future is a vague thing, ever-changing and always in doubt. Even if we Chozo could gain the ability to foresee the future, it would be a hollow gift, for we could never hope to control what has yet to occur. The fountain is an example of this. The day may come when its water dries up, and there is nothing we could do to stop such a tragedy. But we do know this. Unlike the uncertain flow of water, the power of our will is strong and enduring. The will of the Chozo will never run dry. That's kind of true. They are sticking around in spectral form. They're so pissed off that a stupid meteor's not going to take them out. Yeah, I don't think I have whatever it takes to get in here. Maybe I do. Baby. The baby. That's what I need to have on like speed dial while playing Metroid. Okay, took a while.
Baby, the baby, and the baby, or the baby, of the baby, or the baby. Babies cry, the baby, babies cry. Yeah. And the baby, or the...
Okay. It's a lot of the babies. I wish it was just one isolated baby. I guess I could do it. I mean, whatever. I have the tools. Excuse me. Flemmy. More Flemmy than I thought. Pocky, thank you very much for the 7 bits. It's a good amount. Prime number. My birthday. Nothing to not like. That's the first time I've actually seen LOD. Which is I think a sign of how good it is. Yeah. There's some clicking. LOD tends to blend these days, making it even less perceptible. What's LOD again? Level of detail. It's the manner by which games will automatically swap out assets for either lower resolution ones or lower polygon count ones the further away you are. So if you look at this this rock formation here, specifically the dimensions of the kind of the interior hole there, get a little easier to see as I'm going to scoot up towards it. Yeah, you can see kind of click into different shapes. And then there. So the further away you get, probably lowers the resolution of the textures and reduces the polygon count of the details. The pretty obvious rationale being the further away you are, the less perceptible those details are. So why waste processing resources on something that's not as perceptible? Hello, Dented Duchess. I guess for me, the developer yesterday was commenting about how some of the LOD was a pain to work with. But they did a really good job hiding it, because that's the first time I've ever seen it. Oh, baby! Oh, baby, I love your tank. I bet it looks like it's filled with cotton candy. Your vanilla ice cream, maybe. Yeah. That's right, I was headed there, but I couldn't go in there because I need the spider ball. So I actually kind of don't know where to go next. Which is pretty cool. This is the fun part of Metroid. I'm gonna try to go back here. Magma pool. There's a wave beam door. A door. In the magma pools. Let's go check it out. Yes, this is where the fun begins. Because even if you're backtracking, I never thought about so you know a cornerstone of Metroidvania is ability gates. You need to have the high jump, you need to have the bombs, you need just doors or gates, progression gates that you can then that once you beat the right boss or level up in the right way. You could actually see my aim kind of wiggling because I was hammering the button. Anyway, I think another benefit of the Metroidvania style, where you have like an open world where there are upgrades distributed around that have ability gates you intentionally haven't passed yet, is that when you backtrack, you find stuff. And it feels earned. Even though it was obviously placed there, with the knowledge that you might wander back there looking for where to go next. So now you can pick up that energy tank or that missile tank you saw before but couldn't get. I guess I'm always fascinated by the prospect, the idea that not knowing where to go might be wasted time, and the ways that games try to subtly reward you out of that notion. To kind of take the anxiety away from exploring, I guess? Flood of 96. Thank you very much for the sub. Good God. I am way more gummed up than I thought I was. I apologize. I might have to go work it out. I'm gonna go neti pot outside. Oh. Got a humidifier? In another room. I really wish the gun cast light. That would make this room so much neater. I mean, it's still pretty neat. Oh, that's right, I killed the bug. Excited for the Resident Evil 4 remake? I suppose so. I really liked Resident Evil 4, so why not? Capcom's got a pretty good track record on remakes. I did not expect 2023 so far to be largely dominated by very enjoyable remakes. Playing the games from 10 years ago. You need the grapple beam. No good. I have my Switch on full RGB range and the game's not this dark for me. I've been curious about that. I don't think the... It should probably be that. Does that look closer to what you'd probably expect? What's a new IP that's coming out this year that everyone is excited for? Is Slitterhead coming out in 2023? Let me think. Oh yeah, Replaced looks cool. I just don't have a good fix on what's coming out in 2023. Post Trauma looked pretty sick. Sea of Stars actually looks pretty cool. I got a better look at that. Atomic Heart, yeah, looks really, really good. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk looks really cool. Starfield, yeah, that counts. That's new IP. Yeah. I really hope Starfield's not just Bethesda game. Please. It's probably not, right? Their games have been different. Alright, where am I headed? Magmoor Caverns North. Maybe Magmoor. Let me get a little Magmoor. Maybe there's a place to go in the Magmoor. I mean, there's this door all the way over there. There's a door in here I've never gone into. You haven't really explored around with the high jump boots much. So... Oh, there's a door there I've never gone into. Ooh, tiny Shin Megami Tensei 2 update. You ever get in the mood to try the series out from early entries? It's my opinion that Shin Megami Tensei 2 would be the best starting point. Absolutely feels the most engaging as a complete RPG rather than a testing bed for ideas. I'd put it as the Final Fantasy IV equivalent. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. I tend to be pretty absolutist about those things. I don't know though. That is fading a bit the older I get. If there's, I think it's okay to accept that there may not be much to be academically gained by playing a series from start to finish. Hey, Keanu. I don't know though. I like how dank everything is with the other setting. Oh, hey, Verbose. Thanks for gifting a sub. I was big time in the mood for toast yesterday. So that's just what I had for breakfast. 2 pieces of bread with jam. And it was amazing. I guess I had coffee too. I'm gonna change it back. This is probably what it's supposed to look like though. What's weird too is sometimes your capture card will expose the RGB range options, but they're not really exposed inside of OBS. Buffer color range. Let me try that. Oh, maybe that's the secret. It might be hacked. I think it's hacked. It looks all right to me. All right, let's see. I go. Probably can't do this. Nope, gotta go all the way back around. That's okay though. It was worth it for the E-tank. Oh, this is interesting. Now it looks way darker on my display than it does in the capture. I'm gonna guess that's because my display is actually not full RGB. I wonder if there's a way to tell. Look better darker. Then an NVIDIA control panel thing. No, this has nothing to do, or the display has nothing to do with my PC. It's just a bit odd because it's like RGB values, like partial and full RGB is kind of more of a thing for TVs. I don't know why there's a discrepancy there, but for some reason PC monitors just don't use the same like display values for that specific thing. It's also kind of a weird thing why HDR is just not quite the same thing on PC monitors. I guess just different display types, so they have different specifications, but... Alright, let's try this. If I do that, and then that. Does that look any different? That kind of looks like just the brighter version. I think I actually had it. It was actually like set to the wrong thing. Or I think like keep that. Okay. Maybe need to do some reading about the specs of my capture, because that's kind of the tricky part. Is not only is it going into a PC display at the end of it, but it's going through a capture card. And I'm not sure, like... I'm not sure if at any step in that, it either should have full RGB, or is losing full RGB, or is not supported, so I... But hey, if y'all think it looks good, then it looks good. The remake of the game that came out on the Wii? No, this was on the GameCube. Can it go boom? Thank you very much for the Prime. GameCube. I like the dude who said that in the Japanese commercials. Let me see if I can look it up. GameCube. GameCube. That was it. That's good stuff. I want to get that isolated. Who cares? Sorry, I'm just clicking through Japanese ads now. There it is. That's a good one. Let's see here. GameCube. That's good stuff. GameCube. Mmm.
Baby of the baby for the baby. Babies cry for baby.
We get that in the Discord. What, the YouTube video? Sure. Here, I'll just post it in chat. This is the, that's the video that has that pronunciation on it. It's nice and isolated. It's not as high quality as the other GameCube. That's the problem. Ow. Can't have everything all at once, you know? It's one of those things. That's life. Girugamesh. GameCube. I'm gonna put it in a mix. Yeah? Gonna use the sample. It's a pretty keynote choice there. GameCube. I want to hear it again. GameCube. Yeah. That's a good, like, squirt. Boink. The Switch Snap is a pretty fucking great sound, by the way. I find it weird that it had, well, maybe Nintendo's lawyers would chase that to the ends of the earth, but I feel like that click and that, like, perfect reverb is so good. Some mad scientist at Nintendo was like, was like wearing, was in a lab, holding a lab coat, wearing a lab coat, and they were like dripping fluids into beakers and shit, taking measurements to make the Nintendo click sound. Hold on, ASMR stream, 1 second. Do it if it docked. Damn it. Oh. So you gotta like, I thought it's lame that it doesn't do it. Hmm. No, I'm really into this right now. GameCube. Okay. Okay, I'm done. I'm done messing around. I'm done. One more. GameCube. Okay, that's it. GameCube. Okay, I had to do one more. I'm sorry. But that's the last time I'm gonna play that. Okay. enough jerking around. Enough. It's enough. Enough tomfoolery. It's time to play a video game. What are we here to do? Mess around? Are we here to mess around? To waste people's time? Or are we here to play a game? Yeah. Business time. We've had our fun. It's time to conduct business in the video game realm. Oh! Yeah, they still do the face reflecting. That's such a sick feature. Something told me I didn't scan you, you little bugger. You burrower. Similar to the beetle, though it spends more time underground, it seeks seismic disturbances than surfaces to attack. It has enough cunning to realize when something is too large for it to handle. Beyond that, it is fairly ignorant. What it lacks in brains, it makes up for with aggression. Yeah, I know the type. Tell me about it, brother. Business is gaming. Business is gaming, and business is good. Put on my suit and tie this morning. Consulted the stock ticker. Guess what? Gaming's up. Every day it's up. Non-stop returns. It's probably actually true. Sort of. Sort of, somewhat literally. Economists are, some of them are like, oh no, gaming is going to shrink because the economy is bad. But I think people like games more than they like other shit. I think people will stop spending on other things before they stop spending on games. That's my theory. I think games are actually pretty cheap. So if anything, spending might migrate to it. Music for the stage slaps me around so good. It's real good, right? Lifted from Super Metroid too. One of the few tracks. But like of all the tracks to pick, they picked the Dynamite one. Oh wait a minute. Oh, it's this next room. Okay. Food only lasts for one meal, but you can play games for hours. Yeah, exactly. And that's a different, and I would say more substantial kind of nourishment than food. Anyone can eat food. Please, babies eat food. Grown-ups game. Oh, they're telling me where to go. You son of a bitch, no. No, don't take pity on me. Fine. Oof, I was a little off. It was Vetrana, damn it. Oh boy. That's... Oh, it's... You probably need a different elevator to get there then. Hmm. I guess there's a big-ass wave door right there. Huh. How about that? Well, let me figure this out real quick. Ow. Oh yeah, I never went under this grate. Well, there's probably stuff here, so I'm gonna get that stuff. Then we'll head on to Crispy Snowtown. Best music. Everything's got the best music. How is that possible? What the? Where's my, oh, there's a tunnel there. Here we go. Here's the stuff. Oh yeah, like Stardew Valley? Jeez. A game that could like, I mean, depending on how hard you go, could keep you entertained for months. There's free-to-play games, as long as you have something to play them on. Like the critically acclaimed hit MMO Final Fantasy XIV. I feel like I didn't. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, okay. Vampire Survivors? Yeah, yes. Gaming is the future, and the future is gaming. Also got some sick missiles. Hell yeah. Yeah, isn't Witcher 3 $9? $10? Yeah, you can, golly, good golly, if you go like one generation old, you can play so many good games at an absolute steal. That's the other cool thing. Games have been around for so long that a lot of really, really good, thick, meaty games can be gotten for very little money. And the other cool thing about games is they scale up on hardware usually. You can even get the benefit of playing them later because they've been patched or upgraded or are running on a new generation of stuff. They just inherit the benefit of that. All right, okay, Vendrana, here we go. Here we go. Hey, here we go. And then yeah, Game Pass is just ridiculous. Game Pass is basically like a full library of, it's more games than you would have ever had on like PlayStation 2. You know? And yeah, not every game is Metal Gear Solid 3, but it wasn't on the PlayStation 2 either. But you could just have access to all that shit. And also, like, I don't know. It's pretty cool to think about. Damn it. I don't think there's a fast way to get through this room. My benchmark is $1 an hour. Okay. School of Spool economics. I love it. Do you find that that's easy to hit these days? I said spool so enthusiastically I like spit onto my mic. So no one suck on my mic or you'll get COVID. Ooh, those rock structures are cool. You cancel every month, you can resub for $1. What, on Twitch? Or you mean on Game Pass? Spoolonomics, yeah. That's the word. Game Pass, for real? They let you like do a welcome back discount every time? Holy crap, top tip, thank you. Play Hi-Fi Rush, everybody. I guess you have to, well, no, new people, like new signups get like pretty steep discounts. Ah, pretty steep discounts too. Or, geez, I don't know, like maybe you can make like an itinerary and only pay for 1 month. $1 an hour is like GTA level game. You miss out on a lot of titles that way. Yeah, but if somebody's primary concern is value, I think they're okay missing out on those titles. Yeah, Hi-Fi Rush freaking ruled. I haven't started a second playthrough yet. I mean, I diddled around a little bit, but nothing too directed. Wonder how bad the getting all the achievements in that game is going to be. It could be really bad, or it could be fine. Got S rank on the first 2 tracks on Rhythm Master so far. Oh yeah, Rhythm Master. I feel like you gotta be biffing it pretty hard to drop to a D. Maybe does the judgment get more severe on harder difficulties? Sabretooth asks if the new controls feel nice. I think they do. To me, it basically makes it feel like Splatoon or Breath of the Wild. But they're pretty controllable, configurable. There's a pretty wide range of templates and various options you can customize. That's good. This is the updated Metroid Prime. Yes, list server. Good username. This is the remastered Metroid Prime that surprise dropped yesterday. All right. There's 2 doors in frontsies. Oh, Beat Saber is phenomenal, Catherine. I'm glad you're enjoying that game. I love Beat Saber. It's kind of the complete package. It's a simple, elegant game. It combines physical activity with music and rhythm, and there's just a ridiculously high skill ceiling to it too. So it's just like it checks every box of being the full video game experience. To me, it is the VR game. I guess Half-Life Alyx is pretty good. All the rocks look so nice. Rice? Truly the environmental art is the standout, which sounds kind of silly to say about Metroid Prime, but to me it's like they spent the right amount of effort making the environments look the way, like, I don't know. I kind of described it as dreamlike or liminal, at least. Something in between being unconscious and conscious. It's not creepy liminal like is typically kind of used with backdoors and stuff like that. But to me, there is this kind of like cozy, otherworldly energy about all of these rooms, and part of that is just the elegant layout of the rocks and the textures and the shapes and lines and everything. It's basically like if nature and chaotic spaces that you walked through were very much crafted by a higher being with an eye for beauty and art. And that's what makes it so dreamlike, I think, is that there's just such a natural flow and synchronicity to all the spaces, and such a natural weaving of artificial and man-made or Chozo-made structures, that it really does feel like it feels appropriately alien, and not always in a menacing way, but it definitely like just has that hazy dreamlike aspect. And the shapes of all the environments, and for me specifically, so much face. I just love the air haze, the glow. And there's like very tiny amounts of HDR where like you walk out of a space into a bright space and it's bright, and then it dims as your eyes adjust. And then the opposite when you go into an interior. Those things kind of help cinch it all together. Stalactites can be dislodged from ceilings. I think it's a missile. Missile. Oh, thank you, Tony. I mean, it just comes from, like, good games bring that shit out of me. Like, oh. It's through that I see... That's how I can appreciate, like, the collective work of groups of incredible craftspeople. Missile door? But I've been through there. Yes, hello. I think, I feel like it's a similar energy to, like, Dark Souls, Elden Ring. Some of the spaces in that game feel that way. This is a little dialed up, I think, because the spaces are so much smaller and intimate. But, I was thinking about that. You're mentioning the Chozo. Oh, CD or Side-Eye. Thank you very much for the 5 gift subs. Appreciate that. 5 people have now been blessed with not having to sit through ads for Coke Gaming or whatever is being played on Twitch these days. Awfully generous of you. Thank you very much. But kind of I was talking about this in regards to Dead Space. My love for silent protagonists feels even more dreamlike in a way, because it's like you're in a dream where you can't speak, but it doesn't matter, you know? Like the world, this is just normal for this world. These rules. To me, that's like the core rule of a dream, is that there are rules that aren't our own worlds, but it makes sense to everyone. That's just how it is here. So when Gordon Freeman doesn't say a thing and you move through all these hazy spaces, it kind of feels like you're moving through a dreamlike area. And in this game, all the lore you get is from people who have long passed. So you're just kind of you're a ghost moving through the like far history of everything. Death Stranding kind of felt the same. Sam doesn't say much. He's not really a character. Yeah, Souls games are very good about that. I mean, it's almost literal with Souls games. You see the ghosts of other players running around. You share the space, but you're not connected to them. It's explicitly like liminal. You're between realities when you play a Souls game, and I love that about it. I think it kind of adds again to that sort of Dead Space feeling of like, there are people around, but they're not helpful. I mean, they can be in Souls games, obviously, with the proper summoning rituals, but there's something that maybe it's the introvert in me that I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, of being around people but feeling still disconnected from them on a fundamental level. Like whatever human connection that people should have, whatever stream of warmth that flows from one human to another that makes life easier to live, that connection has been severed. So they're there, but they're just like hollow outlines. You can perceive them, but nothing more than that, really. That's just my life. Yeah, pretty bleak to describe it that way, but that's what makes that's what gives those Souls games that sweet sadness. Okay. Dark Souls 1 opens by telling you this place has experienced the rise and fall of entire eras. You only get to see its last breath, and I love that vibe. The last moments before reality winks out. The dreamer wakes up. You concerned about the overpopulation of remakes list? Oh, it's time. Hey, Tony, thank you very much for the sub. 14 months subbed, long time watching. Thanks for all you do, Lawrence. Love learning the technicalities of gaming. I love talking about them. Oh! Uh-oh. Oh, no. Bloodborne needs to get a 60 FPS update. I agree. Oop. Okay, fine. You're gonna make me try. You'd love that snow chunk, though. Snow crunch. Oh, hey, maybe. Thank you for the pleasant Thursday wishes. I wish you the same. I've had a pretty good Thursday so far. I don't know more about the technical side of gaming. I would say no-clip documentaries are a really good place to... Oh, come on, no! No-clip documentaries are a good place to start. There's some developers, game developers, that do a lot of podcasts and stuff just talking about their crafts. I'm going to plug Play, Watch, Listen. Lana's podcast that she does with some game developers. She is, of course, herself also a game developer, but... They always share their perspectives from various corners of the industry, in writing, performing, and like audio production. So I think beyond that, I'm always fascinated by technical. The mix and match of like computer graphics to create effects and scenes and stuff. Ugh. don't know if I want to go down here. Do I want to flush down here? Oh, I do! Ronic Leechbane. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Game Maker's Toolkit. Ah, I haven't checked that one out. Oh yeah, Inside Games. I feel like the niche that I think either, I don't know if I targeted it or if it just kind of went that way. But we definitely do a lot more like talking about the money aspect of the industry and why companies do what they do as larger entities. Holy cow, Ronic Leechbane gifting 25 subs. Ronic, you're gonna have to be honest with me. Are you famed, awesome, mega hot, super powerful intergalactic bounty hunter Samus Aran? Is that you, Samus? Ooh, are you gifting subs in my stream because I'm playing your game and talking up how good your game is? Is that what this is? Because I'll keep talking about how good Metroid Prime is if you want me to. I'll do it. Not above that. Oh! Wait, what was the thing I was supposed to do? Oh yeah. You're trying to get me to You're trying to get me to Neti Pot on stream, aren't you? I know what this is. I know what this is. You think this is my first stream? You think I don't know when somebody doesn't want me to flush out my nasal cavities in front of a camera? Into a microphone? So while all the slurgles and gurgles are audible, you don't think I know that that's what this is all about? And the guy gifted a shit ton of subs while you played Vampire Survivors. I think Samus Aran would like Vampire Survivors though, so I'm still unconvinced. Eat raw potato? I already did that. No one had to sub for that. This is my vow. This is how I retain my dignity on Twitch. Is that if I debase myself, I will do it freely. I'll never make embarrassing myself on the internet a money-making venture. So that way I lose everyone's respect and I'm poor. I don't think I can make that jump though. But I got these fresh new boots. Let me go over here first. I got a price though, everybody does, right? Oh no! I wonder what it is.
Recorded to logbook.
Shadow Pirate. Oh, am I about to get X-ray? I hope so. Or no, wait, I think thermal is first. Pirate forces trained and equipped for stealth operations. A select group of space pirates have access to sophisticated cloaking technology. This gear drains high levels of power, however, forcing them to rely solely on melee weapons in battle. Use enhanced detection gear when fighting these units. Well, I don't have it, Metroid Prime! I can't believe this. Ronic, thank you again. I was just looking over and seeing it again. Utterly ridiculous and absurd notification. Thank you. Oh, this is getting chonky. This music? Oh, they're cramming dudes full of Phazon in here. Oh, and Tony, thank you very much for gifting a sub. Oh. I kind of don't remember this. I think we're getting into like parts of the game that I haven't really played all that recently. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ronic Leechbane. You have a good night too. Space pirate. Ah, just normal old space pirate. Look at him yelling at me though. Bah. Mean guy. Sentient aggressor species. Well trained in weapon and melee combat. Space pirates wield galvanic accelerator cannons and forearm-mounted scythes in combat. This species seeks to become the dominant force in the galaxy, and their technology may help them realize this goal. Ruthless and amoral, the pirates care little for the cost of their ambition. Only the results matter, and they take these very seriously. It's music! It's got that like TIE fighter screech. Oh, you gotta go to bed too, Tony? Alright. Catch you next time. What kind of controller am I using? This is just the Pro controller. Humble Nintendo Pro controller. As I'm scanning, I can do that without the camera going nuts. But it has pointer options that seem like it would be pretty good for playing with the Joy-Con to make it more like the Trilogy Collection on the Wii. I've only played it in this context though. If I were like on the couch though, because it is, I have to admit, it is pretty comfy having a little Joy-Con tucked in each hand. Because like, gaming has always been this, right? But what if gaming could be like this? What if gaming could be like hands behind your back, one's like in front of your face? Think about it. It is actually pretty comfy to just have your arms like splayed off wherever. Still gaming. Sounds like a 90s commercial. Are you telling me you don't hang? Are you not coolin'? Yeah, you could keep your hands in your pants and still play. They can be wherever you want. You show off some of the sweet explosions where it shows Samus on the visor inside. Sort of. You don't seem to really be able to do it on demand all the time. It was kind of there. It happened a lot when I was fighting the space pirates just now. Yeah, attacks free. I feel like it just kind of is randomly stronger sometimes, and you can't really force it to be very visible. Does that make any sense? When was it? I guess it just takes a while. See, I can barely see eyes, but it's really not that bright. Oh, the flash more when you shot at the floor. I'll shoot at the floor then. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I could see her lashes that time. What if a lash fell in her eye and she's just like bonk bonk, like smashing her helmet with her arm gun? Just, ah! Maybe there's like little nanobots that crawl into her eye and pluck it out. Little Chozo bots. Oh. Smoking a doobie inside the visor like that StarCraft guy. Yeah, I love that he's got a lit cigarette and the visor goes shunk. Like neglecting the fact that his visor would just like fog up. Then like burning ash would drip on his chest. I guess he wouldn't care because he's a hard ass, but yeah. Wasn't that Tychus? What's his name? I was thinking about... I was watching the IEM StarCraft 2 tournament earlier today. I've always liked Beyond. Good-ass matches. Sort of. I don't know. Beyond was playing weird, but he still won, so... Space Pirate encrypted data decoded. I still need to finish Legacy of the Void, I guess. I don't know. I don't give two flying Fs about the story of StarCraft 2 at that point. There's like hybrid Protoss and Zerg, and they're the real bad guys, and they're coming for you. I was like, oh god damn it, who cares? This was way cooler when it was just about like humans trying to stay alive. Anyway. Our initial tests exposing Talon 4's indigenous parasites to Phazon appear to be successful. Increases in strength, size, and aggressiveness are common in all test subjects as well as unforeseen evolutions, like with additional poison sacs within the abdomen and the appearance of a second ring of mandibles in several subjects. These creatures were chosen because of their resilience, and it appears possible that, given enough exposure to Phazon, they may one day be able to survive on any planet we transport them to. Our methods will have to be refined. We currently have a 100% extinction rate after the 4th infusion period, and most survivors of the 3rd infusion stage are so violent and uncontrollable that they have to be euthanized. Even still, we will remain hopeful that with further experimentation, we will result in success. I put a word in there and it threw it all off. Tried to just flow with it, but it didn't work. There's so much lore in here. Oh! Most terraforming and retrofitting of security checkpoints on Talon 4 is complete, but we continue to research the alarming epidemic of breaches by local creatures. Door records show no unauthorized entries, so we must presume the creatures are either slipping in undetected during daily personnel moves or else finding their way in through subterranean tunnels. We have found many small breaches of this latter sort and plugged them wherever we can, but it is unlikely that we will ever achieve full extermination within our current timetable. So they made pinkies. They made, like, it's the same sort of thing. They were injecting creatures with radioactivity. They figured out how to turn invisible, and now they're like, God damn it! All these invisible radioactive monsters are running around.
Recording to logbook.
We have codified the newfound energy source as Phazon, a V-index mutagen of which we have very little reliable data. Indications point to a meteor of unknown origin expelling Phazon into the environment. This material appears to possess the power to mutate organic life forms sufficiently to withstand its poison. These mutations appear promising, with abrupt evolutionary leaps appearing in single-generation reproduction. Plans to establish a full science team on Talon 4 are being finalized. Why do the space pirates have a science team? I think calling them pirates is a misnomer, kind of like calling Samus Aran a bounty hunter doesn't quite fit. They call them pirates, but it seems like they're more of a warlike civilization.
Recording to logbook.
Mining operations have begun near the crater where Phazon appears to be most concentrated. Daily Phazon yields have increased 44%, and our mining systems become more streamlined as personnel and equipment flows increase. Several incidents of Phazon-induced madness, space dementia, have been reported, prompting augmented life support regulations in the deeper chambers. Symptoms include loss of equilibrium, erratic respiration, muscle spasms, and in the most extreme cases, hallucinations. This is just doom. A timeline reassessment for the refinery operation is recommended as the material proves more unstable than initial analysis indicated. I guess Phazon didn't come from hell, but that's kind of it. They're doing all their dark, twisted experiments. I wrote a paper in college about the implementation of evolutionary theory into the species with how the Metroids, among other species, show diverging evolution when put in differing environments and planets. Awesome. Yeah, I guess that started with Metroid 2? Pretty heavy idea. I mean, I guess it all flows downstream from, like, what? Alien? Ridley Scott's Alien? And I guess those aliens were morphing all over the place. You can just trace everything back to Alien. Boy, is that true. There's Metroids on there. That's not good. Ooh. Doesn't 2001 A Space Odyssey have aliens toward the end? Maybe? I guess he does meet, theoretically, is introduced to some other form of consciousness. Ridley Scott just made 2 movies and inspired like 80% of pop media. Yeah, like Ridley Scott and James Cameron. Like James Cameron deserves credit for like Terminator and Aliens. Because that stuff fueled so many video games. Like a decade and a half of games were some intersection of Terminator, Blade Runner, Alien, Rambo. Trying to think of like 80s pop culture works. Calling Blade Runner pop culture. Well, I guess, yeah, well, not really. It's an art film that got solidified in nerd culture, I guess. Oh yeah, well, you know what? I would say John Carpenter, but now I'm trying to think of like video games that are actually influenced by John Carpenter films. McTiernan's Predator? I'm thinking more like games in the 80s and 90s, ones that were like very directly downstream of those works, which like Metroid was right next to. Oh yeah, Contra. Yeah, I mean Contra is basically like Commando or Rambo. This is exactly like Ghost of Mars. You're right. Everything goes back to John Carpenter. Yeah, I mean the absolute flood of like shirtless man with gun running and shooting everything. Those are all like Schwarzenegger, Rambo, Schwarzenegger, Stallone likes. Oh, Dangle, I don't really have many thoughts. Just no real interest in it, so I get to just like shrug. And then yeah, Metal Gear. Oh yeah, Metal Gear is. See, Kojima's the only thing that is like Carpenter-esque. This shit's head trippy and sometimes has like a really interesting message, which is very John Carpenter. So yeah, Kojima up and down, very much influenced by John Carpenter. Scans of the spiral sector detected a massive energy spike emanating from a Wanderer-class planet identified as Talon 4. Scout reconnaissance was immediately dispatched to the center of the spike, a landmass heading mark 40.08.02, returning with planetary samples and atmospheric imaging. Analysis shows the energy source to be an unstable radioactive material of enormous potential. We are unable to form an accurate risk assessment at this time, but we are unlikely to find an energy source this powerful again. Analysis will continue, but currently Talon 4 appears to be a viable secondary headquarters. Oh, headquarters, huh? Let's see about that. Phazon mining is underway. Several garrisons have been established, and terraforming of the Chozo ruins is underway. Security systems are operational, and science team continues to make progress in their biotech research. The Fendrana Drifts have proven to be an optimal location for research headquarters, and soon it will be joined by a fully operational combat base in Starport. If Command's predictions are half true, we shall rise to dominance in this sector within a decacycle. Truly, these are glorious times. Oh, Snatcher is just Blade Runner. Snatcher's Blade Runner with Terminator. Very literally both mashed together. Snatcher has Terminators. They snatch you. I guess it's Terminators plus Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Recording to logbook.
Standard morph ball slot. Well, sure. I mean, there's Among Us, but again, I was thinking more about games that were contemporary to Metroid in like the mid to late 80s. I like that thump thump. One day I'll remember the buttons. Not today. Oh yeah, Teton. The logs that Samus picks up are similar to Doom 2016 logs detailing the Slayer's exploits. Yeah, they refer to you as the Hunter. And you get to like... You get to enjoy hearing yourself described from your enemy's perspective, which is this just an unstoppable monstrosity. Don't they call you the demon too in Metroid? Am I making that up? What the heck is that? What the heck is that weird thing? Just a plus symbol? Oh, yeah, right, Zezinizl. I was thinking of Halo. Yeah, that's what they call Master Chief. Twin fever. Let's see what they think twin fever is. A disease caused by a viral strain native to twin tabula. In the early stages of the disease, victims suffer from double vision. When the twin sight fades, the victim is near death. Let's see.
Recording to logbook.
Talon 4. Ecosystem studies indicate that Talon 4 was a biological paradise prior to the impact of an extraterrestrial object, or remains of the biosphere slowly fading due to exposure to Phazon radiation. The current rate of decay, Talon 4 will be a barren Class 13 wasteland in approximately 25 years. Oh! Isn't this where the Metroid Dread Easter egg was? In the original Metroid Prime? How trippy is it? A million years later to be playing a remake of this game. And Metroid Dread is finally out. Fuck. Was it in 3? Was it? I thought the reference to Metroid Dread was in Prime 1. No, never mind. Oh, Zeb is... Wait, it's in the same solar system? I didn't know that. Planet's crust is primarily earthic ore, making it ideal for subterranean construction. Class 19 planet. Zebes is an inhospitable, or is it Zebes? Whatever. Inhospitable to most bioforms. The world was considered unremarkable until it became a base for space pirate forces. Were there space pirates in Metroid 1? Atmosphere is rife with Metroids, a sentient gaseous global exterminator virus. Holy shit. Huh. Do not go here. Dead inside. ZBs? Alright. ZBs it is. What are your thoughts on Metroid Dread? I thought it was really good. I don't think it was like as groundbreaking or earth-shattering as something like Super Metroid. But I wonder if that's possible? No? Well, maybe a bit of an unfair comparison as well, but I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. I'm glad it exists. I wouldn't mind if a Metroid game like that came out every 3 or 4 years. Instead of 3 or 4 decades, that'd be cool. I'm working on it, alright? Got it. I'm good. I forgot that Prime has that kind of like safety net. If you just wander around enough, it kind of tells you where to go. I'm glad it's in the game, but it is a bit blunt to just have the game be like, go over here now. Oh, super missile. Oh. Schwonk. If you count, they did the remake of 2 as well. That does exist, doesn't it? I didn't finish that. Yeah, for 3DS? You can disable it? Oh, let me check. Ah. There we go. Nice. Yeah, 3DS jail. It's so weird. I spilled some liquid on my 3DS, and then, like, down and left on the D-pad stopped working, but that's it. And I was like, And really, like, Samus Returns was the only game I was still playing on 3DS, and I wanted to finish it. I got as far as I could without being able to hit down. But at some point I needed to switch beams and I couldn't. So I like contacted Nintendo. It was out of warranty. It was going to cost like 120 bucks to mail to my 3DS and have them fix it. I was just like, I don't know. I lost motivation. The gamer finds a way. My way was giving up. Also, all my Street Pass stuff was on there, and I was like, they couldn't guarantee that they could save it. And I was like, you son of a bitch. You want me to like send in my 3DS and pay $120 and you're telling me I might lose my puzzles? I might lose my top tier me dungeon? What a Street Pass dungeon team? I think I like Street Pass with Miyamoto at E3 once. I was like, there's no way in hell, man. I don't know. Nintendo needs to bring back that shit. That NFC, like mini games with NFC was super fun. I guess those principles are just in Pokemon Go and like Pikmin Bloom nowadays. Is there an end to that dungeon mode? You can like beat the boss, but I think it's just a harder boss after that. Oh! I think I got through the dungeon like twice. Super impressed with what a little Switch APU can output. Yeah. I feel like it's a little bit past time for there to be a hardware refresh for the Switch as a platform. But I really do feel like system on a chips are getting efficient enough and game design has congealed enough that a Switch can be a viable gaming platform for quite a while. I think software sales show that people don't require updated hardware to continue buying games. As long as it's 60 FPS. Golly, just make everything... it doesn't matter what you gotta trade away. I don't care. I don't care. 60 FPS, please. I'm very grateful that this is... Seems to be like a locked 60. There are some trade-offs for that, though, I think. There's no like reflections, there's no dynamic lights on the guns. Yeah, as long as it's not Game Freak. Although that doesn't matter, man. Game Freak games sell the best. People don't seem to care. The audience is not particular about that. That's kind of the thing that I think is odd, is that we gamers have like a minimum quality that we'll accept paying full price for a game for. But beyond the gamers, though, you'll find that those standards don't exist. And that's kind of the audience. I feel like that's the audience you want to cater to. How much easier is that? You can just spend a year and a half on a Pokemon game and kick it out the door. People are like, yes, please, more. You're like, okay, whatever you say. Research Lab Aether. Would you prefer the game gains those effects at the cost of its frame rate today so that in the future it'll be able to run better on newer hardware and look better than what we have? It's an interesting idea. No. I would rather run well now and then run even better in the future. I really do hope that, and it's reasonable, I think, to expect that whatever software platform the Switch is built on, that it will be very possible to drop it on better hardware, and then the games can scale up in resolution at the very least. Resolution and frame rate. They might require some, like, twirling of the knobs and certification on a per-game basis, but it's Samus! I just think that there's so much like gold locked in the Switch's software library that if a new like, I'm not speaking again from the mass market standpoint, because Lord knows they don't care, but I think it would be awfully tasty from a gamer perspective to imagine your Switch library playing or dropping on just a fundamentally upgraded hardware platform. Now you can kind of do that if you get into emulation and stuff. You can dump legally purchased and legally backed up Switch games off of your Switch. Try and play them on Ryujinx or Yuzu. I need to try to get Ryujinx up and working again. Do you think there's going to be a Switch 2, or is Nintendo going to try to reinvent the wheel again? I could go either way. Normally I'd make a prediction, but I've kind of waxed philosophic about this before. But this is the first console that'll be released under President Furukawa. If it were Iwata, I would roll the bones on Nintendo making a weird thing that's also backwards compatible with the Switch. But since I have no idea what Furukawa might do, he hasn't really talked about his like business philosophy at all. He's done 0 interviews as far as I know. He makes comments during investor calls, but they're always very like, they're always very clinical. And usually he's just denying things. So he's been very shadowy, I think, on purpose. I don't think he wants to give investors weird expectations about where the company's going to go. All they've really said is what they're not doing. If I were Furukawa, it would be the layup of the century. Just do a Switch 2. It's hard to imagine that not working, unless they just can't communicate to people why they need a better Switch. Which is potentially a hazard. Come and get it. I don't have Freezy Beam. Yeah, I mean, so the Wii U, in retrospect, it's so easy to look at it and be like, oh, it was ridiculous. Of course it didn't work. But it had all the hallmarks of a Nintendo product that had the capacity to break out. And it was fully backwards compatible with the Wii. So it's like, on paper, it kind of checked all the Nintendo boxes. It had this new weird thing that could potentially surprise and delight the electronics buying audience. It had the promise that all of the Wii software you bought and all the Wii games you enjoyed playing would all carry over to this new platform. I mean, it didn't work, but I fully believe it was just the title that killed the Wii U. Yeah, they were trying to like get value out of all the brand recognition they've built up with the Wii. Again, they did it in a very Nintendo way, where it had to be different and weird. Again, that was kind of Iwata's guiding principle. Didn't work in the Wii U's case, but it worked in nearly every other case. So he presided over the greatest like expansion of wealth that Nintendo ever had. And yeah, he whiffed a couple times. I want to remind you that I have supported you and Bruce with your venture into being your own independent Inside Games. It's funny how many other companies followed suit in your wake trying to ride off your success. They did? Yes, they did. Everyone's trying to imitate my success. You're right. Well, thank you, Tax-Free Ponage, and thank you for the support. Yeah, the Patreon is really the lifeblood of Inside Games. I mean, we do it regardless, but the Patreon is what lets us produce as much as we do, and we're about to produce more. I'm actually going to wake up tomorrow and film the digest with Brian. I'm really looking forward to that. Initial transfer of Metroids to Talon 4 research facilities has been completed. 3 were terminated in an incident at the landing site. The others were pacified and transported safely. Initial Phazon infusion testing is underway. We are eager to observe the effects of Phazon on Metroids, especially their ability to absorb and process the energy given off by Phazon sources. Early research suggests a considerable growth in power and size. Whether the creatures stay stable thereafter remains to be seen. I want to remind you they owe you nothing. Referring to Nintendo in this case. I disagree. I like... It's an interesting mindset, and I enjoy kind of parodying it. I was kind of taking the piss before the direct, but yeah. Charles, thank you very much for the sub. But yeah, some people feel like they're owed a certain experience. Confidence is high regarding Phazon applications. We know enough about Phazon now to begin combining it with Space Pirate DNA. The codename for this venture will be Project Helix. Preliminary studies indicate that Phazon infusion could produce radical new pirate genomes. Benevolent mutation levels are high. Current test subjects. Phazon madness is a concern, but refinements in the infusion process should reduce or neutralize the odds of mental degeneration. Phazon madness. Oh yeah, super missiles. I forgot I had those. The controls feel? They're great. They're great. I'm using a combination twin stick and motion control setup, but there's a ton of options to fine tune how it controls. Oh, Jordy, are you talking about Metroid Prime Hunters? No, this is not a remake of the... Not a remake of the DS game. This is a remake of the GameCube game. Got him! I didn't know they would attack. That's awesome. Uh-oh. Oh! I thought that's how you did a missile. Oh! Don't you charge up and then hit the missile button, or do you have to... You need to be using the charge beam? You probably have to use the charge beam. There we go. I'm gonna have to buy a Switch again. Man, it's good though. I don't know if it's worth buying an entire console for. Is that a typo? Hunter Metroid DS? There's an eye missing. Motion near Hunter Metroid DG appears to trigger psychotic episodes. Wait. Oh, okay, never mind. That's their, like, code. It's like a serial code for the Metroid. Alright.
Recorded to logbook.
Metroid dissection continues to provide more questions than answers. Our research teams have isolated the energy conduits that run from the invasive twin mandibles to the energy core in the creature's quadripartite nucleus. But the manner in which a Metroid actually extracts the life force from its prey remains an utter mystery. The victim does not lose blood or any other vital fluids, yet the Metroid extracts energy. Identifying this energy is our central problem. It takes no physical form, and yet without it, the victim dies. We will continue to research this matter, as the isolation of this life-giving essence could be the key to our ascendance. I didn't know they got so technical with Metroids and stuff. This game's lore is sick as fuck. I didn't remember it being so, like, exacting.
Recorded to logbook.
Studies of Metroid biology continue, though with limited progress. It seems likely that we will be much more successful using the Metroids for our means rather than trying to reproduce their powers. If they could be adequately tamed, we would have no need of a proper understanding of their metabolism. A small force of disciplined Metroids could wipe out entire armies, and once we find a way to shield them from cold containment weapons, they will be invincible. Furthermore, if we could then harvest the energy they'd consumed, we would have a near limitless source of power at our disposal. I always love it when, like, sci-fi conflicts are based off of power or energy. Oh, baby. Give me that sweet, sweet cotton candy. It's like slurp juice. I'm never more convinced that I'm going to live forever than when my life bar gets longer in a video game. Ah! Oh, yes. I'm about to get the thermal visor. Whoa! Here comes a guy. Hope this looks cool as hell. I do got vaporized. You do love to see it. Oops. I agree. We are truly blessed. We're both blessed and persecuted at the same time. We gamers. Give me that. Will there be marches for gamers' rights? Ugh. God. I have jokes. I have so many jokes. So many tasteless, cruel jokes that I want to say. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Oh. I love the blur on everything. Oh, that looks so cool. Yeah, I was gonna say Charlottesville, but that's pretty good. Whoa. And what year was that? Jesus. Yeah. It's good to not know. It can fade into history. That's fine. As soon as I saw this was the thing, I slapped Metroid Prime Remastered onto the Steam Deck. Runs pretty well. Yeah? I guess that would be the that's the ultimate solution. Playing this game at ultra high crisp resolution. Does it I guess it's pretty well supported by emulator already. I need to see if I can get Bayonetta 3 working again. Or working in the first place. you can hit it with... Oh, that's right. You have to power it. Yeah.
Recording to logbook.
Ooh, a sentry drone, well-armed and armored security mecha. Sentry drones have limited intelligence, but do their assigned tasks well. Being machines, they are susceptible to electrical attacks. When alerted, drones initiate a security lockdown, and then they attempt to neutralize the intruder. I didn't nose itch there. The electronic warfare suite can scramble visor technology as well. I feel pretty scrambled right now. Jeez. Oh.
Doors unlocked.
Jeez. Oh, there's some glitches where everything is all rainbowy and shiny, but other than that, no. Okay, hopefully that doesn't happen too often, I guess. First experience to Breath of the Wild was 4K on Cemu, then tried it on the Switch, did not feel as good. Yeah, oof. I don't know that I could go back to playing it on the Switch. I mean, I could, because gamers can do anything they want if they put their minds to it. But, you know, it would not be pleasant. I would not choose to do it, that's for sure. You're clever hiding up there? Like I don't see you? Oh, I guess you are clever. Ah. All these little scannables I didn't scan. Tragic. Most tragic of all, pirate data missed. The reconstruction of Geoform 187, codenamed Ridley, was recently completed. After his defeat on ZB's, Command ordered a number of magnetic or metagenetic improvements for him. Though aggressive, we were able to implement these changes in a cycle. The metamorphosis was painful, but quite successful in the end. Early tests indicate a drastic increase in strength, mobility, and offensive capability. Cybernetic modules and armor plating have been added as well. We believe our creation, now called Meta Ridley, will become the mainstay of our security force, a job he will certainly relish. Relish. Oh. So the mandibles actually do chomp into creatures, but they don't suck out blood or anything, they just suck out energy. I don't know that they actually chomped in, I thought they were just for holding on, and then they just kind of sucked. Give him the Metroid suck. You ever had coleslaw on a hot dog? I've had, I mean, sauerkraut. That's basically coleslaw, right? Just vinegar instead of mayonnaise, but still vinegar. But I agree, it's great. Hot dogs need a little crunch. Talking about slaw dogs? I guess we are. Fried onion? Yeah. This hot dog is mushy on top of mushy. The hot dog itself might, like the casing may offer some resistance, and the filling might have a little bit of chew to it. But you're still dealing with like mushy bread and a mushy tube meat. That's why having a nice crunchy vegetable, all nice and sliced up, all thin, on top, oh yeah. Gotta have that mouthfeel. I could raw dog a slaw dog right now. I could too, I'm actually pretty hungry. So hungry, in fact. I'll give you all a little warning. I'm not going to be streaming for too much longer. I'm just going to go back to this save point here. And then wrap it up there. But the good news is... tomorrow is a weekend day. So starting around noon, I got jack shit to do, but play video games all goddamn day. All goddamn day. I'm probably going to... I don't know if I can finish Prime, but I'm certainly going to try. I'd like to do that, and then I want to finish the Dead Space remake too, because I'm kind of in the last third of that, so hopefully it'll be a whole day of conquering video games. How's that different than any other day, am I right? Am I right? Yeah, looking forward to it. Oh, it's also raid night. Final Fantasy XIV raid night. I want to... hopefully we can get to more tree. We finally got to like the god mechanic. Some of the god mechanics in that one tree fight. I want to get back to it. I want to fight more tree. So hopefully that's the goal for tomorrow. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Today was really fun. Got to do a lot of like collaborative and writing work, but do like me the days where I just get to stream nonstop. Ooh, the video games. So many video games, and they're all so good. I need to fill my Boomer Shooter quota too. I want to get back to Dread Templar. I want to play the update for Turbo Overkill. I haven't played Ultra Kill at all, which is weird. Yeah, a lot of good stuff out there. Tons of good stuff. And we're going to play it all. We're going to love it all. We're going to be filled with love. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Like I said, I should be streaming tomorrow around noon Pacific. Maybe earlier, maybe later, depending on how easy the Inside Games thumbnail is to make. But I'll see y'all later. Stay gamer, everybody.